What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's check day number 6 and we're gonna do a full inspection today. So I'm gonna go through every trap and actually get up close to it and look at it. Some of them I can drive to and look at them, so I won't have to get out, but some of them I'm gonna have to get out and walk up to it, which I don't like doing, just adding more human scent. The traps have been set for a week now, so let's go hit the line and see what we got. I've also got a few more traps. I'm going to try and at least set probably 2 more today. And I'll be pulling probably on Wednesday. Today's Saturday, so we'll have 4 good days. Hopefully we can wrangle a couple more coyotes. We're just rolling up here to this first set, so let's go check it out. Alright, let's go check this baby out. No critters in it. You can see my set right there. I would say something has monkeyed with it because all this duft was shoved down in that hole. So I don't know if a raccoon came by or what happened, but that was all shoved down in there. But other than that, looks good. So let's move on. The bait, I could see the bait was still down in the hole, so whatever it was didn't get the bait out. Got about a half a mile up here to go get to the next set. Alright, here's the next set. Something definitely monkeyed with it. You can see something stepped right there, and something stepped right there. I don't see my bait, so I'm gonna fix that pan. And I'll probably rebait and lure this one. And I have kept track of the bait and lure. I've used at every location. And where I caught that coyote a couple of days ago, I was using that Blue Valley bait and the Yodel Dog lure. So I'll check in my phone and see what I had here, but I'll use that same bait and lure. Just dress this one up a little bit and we'll be good to go. So you can see I just dressed it up. That dark spot is from the salt melting all the moisture, so we had snow and the snow melted. So the salt's doing its job, and this spot was canine call lure and that Blue Mountain bait. So I just rebaited it, relured it with the same stuff. We'll go check the next one. Actually, might make a set before we get to the next one, so let's head down there and check it out. So this was the spot where I pulled up to the intersection last night. We had that badger that was just popping his head out of this hole. As you can see, he come out. He's not down in there anymore. Oh no, yeah, he came out, he pushed all this dirt out. But he's not too far away from here, so I think I'm going to drop a set right here by these cedar trees, because he should be still around this area somewhere, and that looks like a pretty darn good spot right there. So let's get a set thrown in there, add one more to the line, and see if we can't hook up with a badger. So far they've been playing hard to get. That looks pretty darn good right there. So I'll get her thrown in and I'll show you once I'm done. So that's a wrap on that set. It's basically a step down into a dish. Kind of trenched it out down into the dirt hole. If anything comes to get that bait out of that dirt hole, they're gonna get caught, no doubt. I'm just gonna cover my bait just so they can't see down in there. And then I left a bunch of screenings back here just to give it a little more eye appeal, so should be a good set. If that badger comes back to that hole right there, he's bound to find this one. He's got another hole right there, another hole right there. So it's a good spot, but let's move on down to the next spot. That set I just made is only less than a half a mile from these other two sets that I have in already, but I just don't know how far badgers are traveling this time of year. I know that he's been up here, unless it's a different one, but there's badger diggings up here. So this next set I made for a coyote, and then the one up on top of the hill I made for a badger. So let's see if we got anything working down here in the bottom. It's just a big waterway drainage system that comes down. Nothing in the trap, but let's go take a quick peek at it, make sure everything still looks good. Yeah, doesn't look like anything's monkeyed with it yet, so it looks good. We'll move on to the next one. Man, I would love to catch a badger. Why do they gotta be so difficult? So let's go check these next few, and hopefully we'll make a catch today. The wind's picked up a little bit today. I'm not sure exactly what it was last night, so. But I would think there had to have been some critters moving. That badger was moving when I was checking last night, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can get after something. Here's that next set. Still looks good. This is the set that I put the deer head, shoved it way up in that badger hole. Looks good. Nothing's monkeyed with it yet, so on to the next one. I'm a little surprised we haven't had more action at this set. It's got this cattle pasture here, and then corn stubble with little fingers of timber jutting out into it. I've caught coyotes here in the past. Oh, and we had something in there last night, but it got out. It was in there for a little bit. I wonder what that was. There's a fresh cow track right there. So I'm guessing we caught a cow. So I'm gonna have to do a remake here. There's a fresh cow pie right there too. So there must have been a couple of cows that got out. Oh, I can see one laying right. Nope. That's just a burnt stump. Thought that was a cow laying there. Alright. So let's remake this sucker quick, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so here's the finished remake, and there is cattle currently in this field. So, not sure how long that's going to last, but we'll move on. Head down to the next one. Not sure how the cows are getting out. Have to go back and look. So stay tuned, guys. We got 7 or 8 more to check. I'd like to set one more today too, so let's head down there. Okay, got the cows back in. Looks like they came from across the road, but got them put back in that pasture. So the trap should not get set by a cow unless they get out again, which is very possible. So, but let's head up and check this next set. It was set for coyotes. Hadn't had any action in it yet. So we'll see what she looks like today. Get a closer look, see if anything's monkeyed with it. It's just up here around this corner, about half a mile. So here's this set. Let's take a closer look at her. Right there, still looks good. Nothing's messed with it yet. I just don't think there's tons of coyotes running that waterway. But if you have one out there for 2 weeks, I would think at least once in 2 weeks there should be a coyote coming through there. So we got a few more days to let her soak. Now let's move on to the next one. Got a couple miles to get there. Just rolling up on the next set here. This was a set along this fence line and then conjoining with these other fence lines and waterways. That one I can see still looks good. Kind of surprised. Haven't had any action there yet, because I know there's quite a few coyotes right here in this area. I don't know if they're just shying away from it or they haven't found it. Let's head over. I want to set a new set right over here. All those guys were shotgun hunting there last weekend, so I didn't want to do it and risk it being stolen. But I'm going to throw it up today. We should have 3 or 4 days. Hopefully we can catch one. I know there's coyotes. There's a pack of coyotes living right over there, so let's get over there and do that. Alright, so right here is where I'm going to make this next set. This is just a real big, thick, brushy draw, and I know there's a pack of coyotes that are living in here. And there's a big waterway that comes out on the, over here, and then that fence line you can see. And then right here is where there's an intersection. This road is dead. The bridge down there is out, so you can't use it. And then there's a big timbered creek draw that runs through here and some cattle pasture. So I know they're crossing the road here quite a bit. There's a good trail right here. But I'm thinking this is mostly deer that are jumping over that fence. And then I've got another pretty good trail right up here by the sign where the fence is out. You can see right here going up in there. So I think I'm going to make my set kind of right between them. Tonight we've got a northwest wind, so it's blowing right here. I think I'm going to make the set just right up there. So let's get her in. Hopefully we can catch us a coyote. Alright, here's the finished set. It's kind of right here on this little shelf in the ditch bank. Looks awesome. And we've got that big deer trail right here and those other trails right there, but should be a good spot. I got a good feeling about that one. So, and that one I used the Blue Valley bait and then Yodel Dog, Caven's Yodel Dog lure. So one more in the ground. Hopefully we can get onto a few dogs this week. But I think we got 3 more to go check, so let's go hit those. Some of the backwater's finally starting to freeze up. See if we got any action up here in this trap. Does not look like it. But this is the set where I caught the coyote on my birthday. There's a couple deer out here, pretty far away. They're out there in that field. This is the set where I caught that coyote on my birthday, and it was so wet I ended up having to bed it with grass. So I brought some dry dirt with me today. I'm gonna go rebed it with dirt. I'm just not a huge fan of bedding or covering my trap. It's bedded in dirt, but it's covered with grass. So I'm gonna go run down there quick and cover that one with dirt and move on to the last two. So I'll show you guys once I get it done. It was kind of a walkthrough set after the remake, so let's go check it out. Let's see if anything's monkeyed with it. That's exactly what I figured. They immediately just pulled the grass right off. So let's get this thing remade. I brought my dirt sifter and more salt, so I'll show you guys once I get her done. All right, here's the finished remake. Bait's still down there in the hole. Looks good. There's a big game trail that comes right through here. Now it's going to be more of a walkthrough. The deer trail comes over here. So shouldn't catch any deer. Well, you never catch them, but they'll fire your trap, so shouldn't have to worry about that. But let's go check those last two. It's cold out today, but so far the salt has been working awesome. Fresh badger sign here. That's where my set's at. Nothing's monkeyed with it yet. Still looks good. So let's go check this other one. These badgers, they're smarter than I am. There it is. It wasn't frozen in. I added some more salt on the top and blended it. But they just didn't step on the pan. They stepped all around it, which is part of the game, and that is part of the excitement for me. I like to give them a chance too. If they can outsmart me, more power to them. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. This is the end of the line. So set 2 more traps today. Got almost the whole fleet out. I think there's still 2 more in my bucket, but it's a pretty good number of traps for this short amount of time. I had a little over a week and a half to set them back out, so I did. And then I've got to leave town for Christmas, and then I'll be back in town, so I'm not sure if I'm just going to trigger them and leave them there and reset them when I get back. I might. But work is going to be real hectic once I get back, so. But thanks guys for watching. If you got any tips for me for badgers, drop them in the comments below, because I'm going to need them next year. I don't know why I can't catch a badger. There's fresh badger sign all over the place. I just can't seem to hook up with one, but that's going to do it. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one.